Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Deja Vu here, bringing another StarCraft commentary, and this is going to be a series between Team 8, the Dream Team that hasn't lived up to that moniker, and SKT1. So this should be a lot of fun, lot of potential for some great matches. Unfortunately, one of the matches I think a lot of people want to see, which is Jaedong versus Bisu, is not going to happen, because here in the first match, we are going to have Jaedong here in the bottom right in Peach for Team 8 on Electric Circuit, and there he is looking as intense as ever. He's been, really all of Team 8 has been slumping, but Jaedong really has been struggling particularly as well, and it's been one of the big surprises. We think that if he was doing better, the whole team would be able to draw on that and just play a lot better. Unfortunately, that hasn't happened, and BC over there in the corner laughing. In the top right, for SKT1, a little bit of surprise here. We have Sasak, or Sadsak, or Sak, or whatever you want to call him, basically Sak, up here in the top right, is going to be here in the top right, fighting Jaedong. Kind of a surprise choice here to leave off. And Jaedong is 5 pooling. Check this out, guys. Jaedong is 5 pooling Sadsak. Poor guy. And gut feeling says that he's going to die here. There's a supply depot that's going down, and out in the front towards his towards his natural expansion. So he's looking to do a 1-Rax Expo, going to try and put down his barracks out there. The problem here is going to really be the fact that once those Zerglings show up, he's not going to be able to use his SCVs to really defend where he's placing his supply depot and where he's placing his barracks, and because he can't SCV drill or anything over there. It's not, or can, of course, technically, by going to like the geyser and things like that, but it's just not very nice, not very tight. And now that the barracks is going down in that position, it's going to be even more difficult for Sak to really defend that spot. So Sak's going to be really struggling to defend against this. I think he's going to actually lose this game pretty quickly, and I do have to say that I am pretty shocked that Sadsak is even here in the first set. We've seen from SKT1, we've been seeing them send out their big 3 guns, Fantasy Best and Bisu, early on in series to try and dominate a series, try and get a big lead, put a lot of pressure on the other team, or try and straight up win 3-0 or 3-1. And to see Sadsak here is a little bit of, I am a little bit surprised to see that after the tendencies that they've been having. But the Lings are out for Jaedong, streaming towards Sasak's base, and it looks like that barracks actually will get up in time. So there we go. We will be able to build off of the Marines out of that barracks. Now the question is, will he be able to get any Marines actually out? There are the Lings. The Lings are here. Now the Lings are, the Marines as they come out are just going to die very quickly. That supply depot being destroyed or cancelled. And the second supply depot, if that supply depot does go down, that'll be a huge problem. Here comes the Marine, and the Marine gets out, but it is not going anywhere. It does go down, and Jaedong picking off that first Marine and going for that supply depot, going to try and supply cap Sasak, and he does. So Sasak is going to be supply capped here. It sure looks like he may have gone in. Yeah, he is supply capped, and he is going to be in huge trouble here. The Marine does pop out. It is dead, and now Ling's just on SCVs, and we'll see what comes out here. Sasak could actually clear this out just with SCVs. All but 2 of the Lings do go down. More Lings are streaming, and kind of really bad pathing, unfortunately, for Jaedong. So those 4 Lings are going to be very late to the party. And Sasak may actually be able to defend against this. Check this out, guys. If he can get that bunker up, I'm sure he has a supply depot going up in his probably in his mineral line, or very close to his mineral line, and he may be able to get that bunker up and defend himself. Unfortunately, he has literally 0 miners mining, literally 0, and I am not exaggerating at all here. And Jaedong now is taking the opportunity to drone up, has taken his natural expansion as well. So Jaedong actually may still be able to win this game with Lings, but he's also starting to produce some more drones and trying to macro up at the same time. Lings just running right by that bunker. SCV's coming in here for the drill. It looks like Sasak's just going to transfer his entire base over to his natural expansion. And I'm sorry, Sasak, but this does not work. I'm so sorry, man, but this, no, you can't do, no, you just can't do this until professional StarCraft doesn't work this way. You can't do this. No. If Sasak wins this game, no. Just no. Sasak cannot win this game by transferring his entire base from his main to his natural 4 minutes into the game. I cannot accept this. If Jaedong finds a way to lose this game, no, it just can't happen. I would be so disappointed in him if he loses this. Lings do stream in here, and they're just gonna go straight for the SCVs. Actually, do pick off a few of them. 3 of them do go down. 4 of them do go down. Just 4 SCVs left. So now there's more drones than SCVs. 3 SCVs left, and okay, now thank God. Now I think it is over for sure. Just waiting for type out GG basically at this point. Can't even produce any more. Look at this, he can't even produce any SUVs. What's he gonna do? I don't know what StatSec's doing. Here comes a Marine. I guess it'll usher away these lings, kind of, but really just doesn't matter at all. There's GG from Sasak as he sees the natural expansion up. Jaedong wins and gives Team 8 the first win in this series, so look at that. Team 8, struggling so far this season, does get a win though in this series, and wins the first match. So there is a great start to Jaedong with that epic 5-pull. That was great, and StatSec showing us why he is the StatSec. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Deja Vu here, bringing you set 3 of what has been a remarkably fast-paced series here. The first 2 games finished, and I believe that the combined playtimes were maybe like 15, 16 minutes, maybe a little more than that. Something insane here. So this may be the fastest series I've casted ever. Pretty sure. I don't think I've ever seen if Jaehoon wins this game, I think this will be the fastest game I've ever, or the fastest series I've ever casted. I mean, you know, if he wins the cheese or something like that, where it's over in a heartbeat. But we are going to be in for another PvP, and the 3 o'clock position in green is best for SKT, and in the 9 o'clock position for Team 8 is going to be Jaehoon, the Enigma, as he's known, the PVX Enigma, as in there is no matchup and nothing he does that ever really consistently makes sense. Sometimes he wins games where you're just like, how did he beat him? In other games where you're like, how did you lose? We're up 2 bases and like 50 supply. How did you lose, Jaehoon? Or how are you unable to recall correctly and recalling over cliffs? I feel like you shouldn't do that since you're a pro gamer, but you know, it's why he's the PVX Enigma. He is the great Jaehoon, and on the other side, the great macro monster Best, who has turned in some fantastic PvZ performances lately. Was probably hoping to see either Jaedong or Killer on this map. This map is a map where we've seen a lot of Zerg players, so I think that's what they were actually hoping for. Best has been playing so well against Zerg that why not ride the wave, keep going. And Team 8, not playing to that tune, is sending out their Protoss Jaehoon, and send out 2 Protoss back to back. You know, it's a little bit surprising when you got players like Baby and C as your Terran line. You don't always, Jaehoon and Tyson are really not seeing the most playtime. You're seeing the double Zerg, double Terran, and just one of the Protoss coming out for a Team 8 more often than not. So this will be an opportunity for Team 8's Protoss line to make a statement, and it looks like Best being careful here. It looks like he's going to throw down a pylon behind his base to make sure that doesn't get mined out or nothing sneaky going on in his back door, which sounds really dirty, but wasn't meant to be. Anyways, Jaehoon coming in here, and he's actually double gating here, so we are going to be having some 2-gate zealots come in here, so this could be a very, very quick game, although really on a 2-player map it's kind of a dangerous thing to do, because 2-player maps, despite the fact they're 2-player maps and you know where your opponent is, tend to be longer rush distances, just the way that Blizzard and Kespa has done it, tend to be longer rush distances, and of course your opponent will be able to scout you, as it just happened. So Jaehoon has been scouted out. Certainly cannot be surprised that he got scouted out. This is extremely standard timing. So I hope his entire build wasn't based upon, I hope that my opponent doesn't scout until after core, or something like that, in which case, what are you doing? And he's going to counter by, you scouted out my 2-gate, so I'm going to get a Nexus? What? Okay, haven't seen this build before. 2-gate straight into Nexus without any zealot pressure. This is a new build coming in from Jaehoon. I've seen 2-gate into like Forge Expand. I've seen that. I've done that. But 2-gate straight into Nexus is definitely certainly a different build coming in here, and it's all been scouted out. Certainly, Best knows what's going on right now. But here's the question: has Best practiced against this? How often has Best practiced against 2-gate Nexus without facing any pressure? Probably not a whole lot, would be my guess. And he's actually just sticking with this one gateway right now. I really would have thought he would have maybe transferred over to a second gateway. Maybe that's what Jaehoon was hoping for as well. Maybe throw off his timings and get him to throw down that second gateway, so nothing's really going right for Best. But Best just sticking to his game plan right now. And here we've got Jaehoon hiding away a probe, so once this first one goes down, maybe once those zealots push out a little bit, Jaehoon's just going to try and wander right back in there and get another scout in for the tech and see what's going on. He'll certainly be able to see any time a Nexus is thrown down, so if Best decides to counter macro with macro, Jaehoon will certainly see it. But it looks like probably the best opportunity here for Best, since his counter Nexus would be so late, he's going to have to get aggressive here. He's going to have to put down either a couple more gateways and get aggressive with Dragoons, or put down a robotics facility, get a Reaver out and a shuttle, and try and get aggressive that way. I just don't see Best able to win any other way, and it looks like Best is going to throw down his Nexus. So I mean, his tech will still be a little bit earlier, certainly, provided that he put down a tech building. I'm not sure that he did, but if Best did put down a tech building, as I suspect that he did, he will still be okay. No, he did not. Yeah, no tech building. So they both basically have very similar builds in terms of, or I should say, similar buildings on the ground right now. But the huge difference being that Jaehoon's Nexus is 3 minutes earlier, something like that, 2 minutes earlier, a lot earlier. It's already mining, and Best is barely underway and still getting the scout in, so no tech advantage either for Best. So I really don't know what Best's strategy is in this game. He's going to be really struggling in the next few minutes. This could be a very, very quick game. I foresee Jaehoon in the next 4 minutes or so. That base is going to really kick in. He's going to build up a significant Dragoon force and probably get a shuttle, and he probably just needs one Reaver, and that will all be done in probably about 4 minutes or so, and he'll be able to go push out, and he will just simply have a bigger army, a better economy, and just as much tech, if not more tech, than Best. So Best will be requiring some excellent micro to defend himself. And there's actually Citadel of Doom going down, so this looks like it may actually be into a DT drop. Interesting. We may be seeing